Vedika Bahl joins us over by the bit board. Vedika, good evening to you. Following the deadly attack on tourists in Kashmir, already icy relations continue to get worse between India and Pakistan. But it's not just tensions on the rise, there's also a lot of misinformation escalating too. Tell us about that.
That's right, Mark. Since the deadly attack that took the lives of 26 tourists in Pahalgam in Indian-administered Kashmir, social media has seen a surge in out-of-context and misleading content about this incident. And what I noticed is, in fact, a lot of it centres around the victims or claiming to show victims of the attack. Now, the example I want to start with is this one here, this video of a couple dancing that I saw getting absolute massive views across social media. In fact, every social platform there was. It was, in fact, even shared by Indian news outlets, which means that it was very much seen across the country. But the video itself, if we have a look at that quickly, it shows a couple dancing with the beautiful backdrop, the scenic backdrop of the Pahalgam Valley. And the claim online is that this video shows the final moment. It's the last video ever taken of the late Lieutenant Vinay Narwal and his wife, who were tourists in Pahalgam during the time of the attack, where he tragically lost his life. But what I will say is that this video is totally misleading, because not only is it not the last video of the late lieutenants, it actually has no connection to them whatsoever, and the people that we see dancing in this video are very much alive. The couple themselves have now come to social media to speak their side of the story. They took to their Instagrams. They are Ashish and Yashika Sherawat. They decided to debunk the claims entirely. And they said that they are sending their heartfelt condolences out to the family and loved ones of the late lieutenant who died in that attack. But this is very much their video, and that's why they took it off the internet entirely. And they said that they were disturbed by the false claims being shared around it, but they are very much alive. Now, to prove that it is their video, they also shared to AFP news agency the metadata of their video. Now, the video itself was taken about a week before that attack took place, but coincidentally they shared it on the same day, and I think that's why maybe it surged in its viewership there. But in any case, it led them to delete it. Now, going back to the real victim whose name was being used here. Now, this person, the late Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, he has been identified in the attack, and his family has spoken out. So he has been confirmed as a victim of this tragedy. But we can see here that viral video is very much being linked to him. It is sharing his name out of context here, Mark.
Artificial intelligence inevitably takes a hold here. Images generated by AI also spreading, claiming to show real-life victims of this tragedy.
That's right, Mark. I saw several examples of AI-generated content claiming to show the aftermath of this attack. For example, I saw this pair of photos either being shared together or individually, as they are here. We can see bodies scattered across a scenic mountainous backdrop. We can also see the amount of views here. This post alone has just 1 million itself. And I know it is difficult to see here, but there are some discrepancies in this picture that did kind of set some alarm bells ringing off for me. I know it is difficult to see with the resolution of the screen, but there was some proportions in the body parts. The nostrils are very uneven and wonky. The proportions of the people walking in the background. And I should have really, the first clue was when I put the image itself through a reverse image search, and there was no results, no source footage for this whatsoever, no source data. But just for good measure, I did check several different AI detection tools, and every single one, the result was the same, that this is very much, both of these photos are AI generated. Now, the biggest giveaway, I think, let's just check, the biggest giveaway that was that these were using AI was the Meta AI logo in the corner. I know it is difficult to see there. So it was there the whole time, but not every person that was sharing these photos, of course, was sharing that same version that hadn't cropped it out. Now, I want to talk about another example of some AI images. These ones slightly more disturbing. But this pair of photos has also been pretty regular on the internet as well, that I could find relating to this attack, this tragedy. And these are more evidently AI. We can see the artificial, the waxy-like quality of the skin. But I did put these through a detection tool as well, and they were 100% AI generated. Now, incidentally, the woman in this photo is supposed to show the real-life woman of the victim that we just talked about in our previous example, the Lieutenant Vinay Narwal. And The more disturbing part about these examples, Mark, is that they are actually based off a real-life photo, a photo that is being touted by Indian media as the symbol of this attack. A real-life picture of her sitting there in the aftermath. But the fact that someone has then taken that real photo to artificial intelligence and generated these beautified, these syntheticized, these enhanced versions of this, that is deeply bizarre and quite disturbing as well. But these are also being shared massively with in the fallout of that tragedy as tensions continue to escalate between India and Pakistan. But in any case, Mark, we can see the impact of AI in these images as only to further fuel misinformation and to further escalate those tensions there.